Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Share them with me.
Okay, welcome to all our viewers. We're back for round 17. On my right, Naomi representing the netball. On my left is Keith from the Warragul Druin Gazette. Keith, any surprises out of round 16?
None.
None.
No, you tipped a few wrong ones, but I think I might have got the card.
What about netball? We had an upset there, Naomi.
Maffra defeating Sale was an upset, and Maul over one Thaggy was also an unexpected result, which has really opened up the ladder at the top of A grade, which is fantastic, with 2 rounds to go.
Well, that's great. You've still got a couple there, final 5 in the footy settled, Keith.
Yes, that's correct. We've got a battle going on for third position, which will be a very big battle over the coming 2 weeks, because a lot of the contenders for that third position play each other.
Oh, that's good. Anyway, we'll get into round 17, and as usual, Moe's at the top of the cab there with Leongatha, and that whilst they have 5 grades, they don't have A grade. But they do play netball at Moe. In the footy, Moe hosting Leongatha. This is probably all one-way traffic, I think. But anyway.
Yeah, you'd suspect so. Leongatha's had its injuries, but it's still done very well. It's only lost 2 games of the year. So I expect them to beat Moe, who now look as if they may have the dubious honour of being the wooden spooners this year.
Yeah, well, Leongatha had a good week, win on the weekend against Bairnsdale, and they're going to travel along very nicely. Okay, we'll go on to the next one, which is Druin hosting Bairnsdale.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting one, and perhaps a bit of a toss-up. Druin sort of limping towards the end of the season, a few injuries. I think Bairnsdale probably in a bit of a similar boat. But yeah, I think home ground advantage is probably sways me a bit in favour of Druin, and if they can produce some of the football they did in the first quarter last week against Traralgon, they'd be fine. I thought it was probably the best they'd played all year in that quarter, but then things went belly up from then on. Yeah,
well, I mean, Druin, they need to actually win, otherwise they'll drop a position too.
That's correct.
So, there's only half a go between them. So, you're tipping Druin to win?
Yeah, I will, but I think it's just home ground, and it'll be interesting how Druin's ground shapes up this week and what sort of weather we get, and just what condition it'll be in.
Okay, the netball.
Easy round for Druin this week.
Okay, don't put the moz on them, then.
All right. They've been firing on all cylinders, come into the second half of the season looking really good, and yeah, this should be an easy one for them.
Okay, for all those netballers at Bairnsdale, you've just got some ammunition to cause an upset there.
Whatever.
Okay, in the next one is Sale versus Warragul.
Pretty hard to tip against Sale, irrespective of how Warragul would be going, but Warragul notched up its 4th win of the year at the weekend, so that's a big improvement on the last 2 or 3 years for Warragul, but Sale's just looking, just a powerhouse. Their demolition of Maffra, I suppose you can't call it much less than that, on Sunday was just showed where they're at there. I think a little bit of a step above the rest, and certainly those outside the pie, they're way ahead of them. And I expect Sale to win pretty comfortably.
And I don't think Warragul actually take the trip up the Princes Highway all that well to Sale, so unfortunately for the...
Yeah, no, I was actually speaking to a couple of Warragul people over the past couple of days, and they said even when we had good sides and thought we were going to go okay, Sale used to bring them unstuck.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I think we can only tip a fairly big win for Sale there, so hopefully that's enough ammunition for the Gulls to prove us wrong. Okay, in the netball, how are we going there?
Well, Sale have been struggling. They were sitting second a couple of weeks ago and have had a few losses. But I imagine that this week will be one to settle them. Warragul are yet to win a match this season, so Sale will really want the win to make sure that their finals hopes are still alive.
Okay, we'll move on to our next game, which is Wonthaggi hosting Maffra, who have both come off a loss.
Yeah, this is a bit interesting. Wonthaggi certainly put up a bold showing at Morwell last week and only got beaten just in those final few moments. But yeah, it's hard. They've lost their incentive now for a place in the five. Whether that has an impact, I'm not sure, or whether they've got a bit of anger in the system that they want to get out and post a good win. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's at Wonthaggi. I think it's a ground that shouldn't hold any fears for Maffra. But you know, Maffra, they got the incentive of trying to hold on to third spot. This could go either way. I am going for Maffra just on, I think, their better spread of talent across the ground. But if the Wonthaggi midfielders, who are probably nearly as good a group as there is in the league, can get control, could be an upset there. But I'll go for Maffra. Wouldn't be surprised if Wonthaggi got up. No.
And the other thing too, I mean, Maffra have to keep winning because they could easily drop out of a qualifying final into an elimination
That's
final.
correct.
So it's quite important that they do keep winning. I think we always expect Maffra to pull something out.
Well, you thought they were going to pull something out against Sale.
I was way off the mark there. Thank you very much to H and the boys for that one. But I'm sure they're more upset than I am. Yeah, look, I think Maffra have to win this because they've got more right up behind them. And yeah, I'll go for Maffra in the netball.
Well, after Maffra's win on the weekend, they've given themselves one last opportunity to maybe make finals. Maffra and Wonthaggi are sitting 6th, 7th at the moment, but both still have the opportunity to make it in, but whichever one loses will be out. I imagine that Wonthaggi should get the win and will get themselves back into finals contention, but Maffra's got everything to play for.
Okay, all right, we've got one last one now, which is the big one on the Sunday, a local derby, which normally brings out everything. Traralgon hosting Morwell.
Yeah, well, this is a huge game. They're one of the three sides with Maffra and Morwell in the mix for that third spot.
Yeah.
And really, all of those sides to claim third spot must win their last two games, and it might even be good enough, say in Traralgon's case, if Morwell won its last two games, so it can solve that question if it beats Traralgon this week, and then I think it's Traralgon and Maffra in the last round. So it's a real toss-up. Maffra's defeat at the weekend pulled their percentage down to be only marginally ahead of Traralgon's now. Traralgon, I just thought their second, third and fourth quarters on Saturday, after being really under the pump in the first quarter, the way they came back, and I thought they played some of the best football I've seen this year in the league. They were superb that last three quarters, and I expect them to probably have a few too many guns at home for Morwell. They seem to be hitting their peak at the right time. They've cleared their injury lists, and they're coming on very nice. They have a very strong physical side, but very quick. Their disposal was excellent, and yeah, I think they're going nicely. And if they can get into that third spot, I think they're going to be more than a nuisance value in the finals.
Well, the thing about it is they're one game behind Maffra, and I mean, if the cards fall right for them, Wonthaggi knock off Maffra and Traralgon beat Morwell, they're in the third spot. So that's how close. There's only one percentage point difference, so it's very close.
But Traralgon and Maffra play in the last round too, which could very well decide it, depending how Morwell go.
Yeah. So it's a terrific game. This one. It's one of those classic 8-pointers, isn't it? So which one are you going for?
I'm going for Tarragona.
Tarragona.
It's not, yeah, I've been really impressed by them all, but I just think this is, Tarragona just looked too good to me last week.
I think there's a little fella on the forward line for Tarragona who's starting to come into some pretty good form, and when he fires, that little number 28 Michael Geary just seems to, you know, he's a bit of an excitement machine. I think at the moment Tarragona might be playing better than Morwell. A local derby always seems to sort it out, but I'll go for Tarragona to actually win this one as well. Okay, the netball. Is that someone's phone there?
It's an alarm.
Okay.
It's going to get going on. Sorry. Go.
Don't forget, this is live.
No. I turned it on silent. Apparently, the alarm still goes off. So, when these two teams met the first time, it was a draw. Morwell need to win to stay in finals. They finally come off a few wins and got themselves into fifth. Tarragona want the win to make sure they stay in third and get the double chance. So both teams are playing with a real intensity, and some think that they'll get out of it, but I think that Tarragona's going to be too strong this weekend.
Okay. So Tarragona possibly win the senior NA grade. Okay, no worries. That'll be interesting. All right, we've had to be very quick tonight. Not sure how long we've taken, but look, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week for the last round of home and away for Gippsland League. Thank you very much.